Evening, Tony. How are you? How you going? Beautiful night here, about 16 degrees, Tony. Getting for a few cool mornings coming up though, 7 and 8s, but that's the peak of our winter. August is our coldest month. "11. Yeah, it's pretty cool for where you are. Finished the front steps today, and I plugged all the little bits of holes, because what they were was the leftover boards from out the back here. 27, nice, beautiful. 27's good. I take 27 every day. Still wear a jumper, but I take it. So I just got to sand all the putty I put in the Jarrah putty into the Jarrah boards.
So Tony's actually there, is he?
Yeah.
Hi, Tony.
And I will then paint the outside of the metal frame of the steps, and I will oil the boards. Job done. And then there'll be another job, like there always is. I'm just a maintenance guy. There's footy on every night. Just 30 days of footy, non-stop.
Yeah.
They're trying to rush the season through.
Missing my show. I have to find other shows.
Awesome, mate. It's a pain in the ass taking any medication because there's always bloody side effects. Like I said, my son was on Epilum. All his teeth fell out. Oh, you would do. I remember him just sort of hazy thoughts. He suffered at school because of it and all sorts of things. He's good now. Like I say, when he was 14, he grew out of it. So he had it for 11 years.
I thought it was a bit longer.
Mm-mm. He was 3 when he got it.
About 14 then when he...
Yeah, 14. But when we took him over east, he didn't have it. He was 14 then.
Yeah.
Cooked up some nice crispy chicken tonight. Homemade sweet and sour. More filling than it looked, wasn't it? We had a sort of smallish third, but I was full when I finished it. One chicken breast did the pair of us. It's little Pixie. Hello, MB.
I am bad.
Hope things are going better for you over there. Seems to be another spike in Europe. I couldn't believe that the UK opened up to 130 countries, 120 countries, when it's not a good time to do that. Hope you and Sis are doing well. 17 degrees here at night, MB. And twice that's cool. 9th of August. Where are you going to? From Belgium, where are you off to? You must be going somewhere, not the UK, I imagine, somewhere in Europe, I guess. Liechtenstein, up with the castles. I'm not going to go out of Belgium. Yeah, there's still plenty good stuff. We'd love to go to Belgium. Yes, yes he is, Tony. It's only taking you 3,000 videos to work that out.
What?
Belgium would be a nice place to go. Well, in the future. Baby cat. Come here, baby cat. I'm going to tie you to a battery. I think we can use feline power to power the solar panels.
The Bedini, whatever
Is
it
that the
is.
Bedini motor going? No, it's the Linguini motor, yeah. That's a quick lunch. Alright, have a good one. Yeah, the daughter's going well with the baby. She was a bit worried about not getting any milk the first couple of days. Now, she can supply the big M.
Oh, she messaged another 150 mil.
My goodness. Sell it on the black market. The baby's not going to go short of a feed, that's for sure.
Nah.
Made it to the park. It comes to Coffs Harbour. It's 20 minutes from here. No, what was from Australia? Well, I can tell you what happened after that. The weirdo went down to where Link lives. Do you remember Link's cardboard house that he built? Gave you a link the other week about the French version. Well, the weirdo slept in that. Like, see, oh, you can sleep inside if you like, mate. Plenty of room next to Black Cat. You like cats, I hear? No, I'll stay in the cardboard house.
I mean, I think he just felt obliged to do that. And probably I was 100% off feeling sorry for TR sleeping in there, but
Yes, there's a certain song that suits Baby Cat Man. I'm a weirdo, weirdo. Yeah, 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 yeah. Borderline paranoid schizophrenic is where I would professionally go, Tony, but I didn't go back after 2013. I thought enough is enough. He's as mad as a cut snake. Also, he always used to do, because my memory is very good, he used to do things like, oh, I could do with a few more batteries, or I could do with, some more cabling. If any of you have got any, of course, that would be great. I'm not asking. No, not asking for a handout. He apologises to me. Ah, right. That means about as much as a duck fart in the wind. it's the old adage, Tony, you can help some people. But some people want you to help them from their knees to their feet, and then they also want you to walk for them, do everything for them. We know a certain morbid obese can dweller. That's very similar. It's always someone else's fault. Have you seen a sort of parallel between El Dumbo and El Wieldo, where it's always someone else's fault? The trolls. The evil trolls. Yeah, like I say, that sort of apology from someone deranged is like a duck fart in the wind.
Who got an apology?
I don't know, apparently I did, but
You?
I can't be bothered.
Oh, that. Is he talking about when Tia did the fake apology to everyone?
Or the snidey one, I remember there was a snidey
one.
Yeah.
And then he turned around and took it back.
He did a lot of defamation to a few people, I included. And I thought, I could sue him and I would win without any doubt. But I often thought, he's got nothing. There'd be no point taking him to court for defamation, because like the judge would say, well, based on your income, you have to pay seeds 3 cents every month for 4,000 years. So we never bothered. Like I say, it's just schizophrenia, paranoid schizophrenia. And Ian is very similar. He's paranoid. I mean, who on earth demands for you to leave a good comment and heartfelt and basically no bad words? I don't take criticism. Hello, SB. Off to work again, mate. You're always working. We all make mistakes in life, and the secret is to learn from them and make other mistakes, but don't make the same bloody mistakes over and over. And you cannot blame anyone for your circumstances. They are what they are. By misfortune or stupidity, we all have made mistakes. I can honestly say I haven't repeated any of them, but I do make different mistakes as the years go by. Actually, I was going to tell you, I picked up it's 120 LED solar light with its own panel. The panel's probably about 8 inches square, 10 inches square, something like that, and the light's quite big, but it's meant for, I hooked it up to the wall to where the missus hangs the laundry, so at night time you go out there, and it's pretty bright actually, surprisingly bright, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's also like puppy dogs, they want to go for a wee at night time, it'll just come on as they go out there. It's $35 from the cheap shop, whatever that's called. What is this cheap shop called?
Reject shop.
Reject shop, there you go. They're pretty good. Now the missus wants me to get another one, put it in the driveway, so when people turn up, the light comes on and blinds them. I don't know, we'd have to get the panel on the roof out there, because
Yeah,
there's
no.
very little sun.
Yeah.
Be enough during summer, but I don't think you get bugger all in winter.
Yeah, that's true.
Ah, yeah, I've seen those. Yeah. When we designed the extension, we just built really big windows. So during winter, we open them all up, and all that sunlight hits one of the windows first thing in the morning, so it heats up everything in the house. And then in summer, we just close them all. 800 installed. Yeah, it's a fair price. But I've got, down the back, I've got 2 little solar lights, one on the shed, one on the fence. And there's plenty of light. It's just
Yeah,
that,
there is.
but when the dogs go down for a wee,
Yeah, it was a bit dark.
the big light will come on now. So actually it'd be interesting. We'll make the dogs go down there without you going down there. See if the sensor picks them up.
Yeah, because you can adjust
Oh, it's on full sense.
No, I'm talking about
No, no, no.
angle.
No, that's not it. It's the thing works on about 180 degrees.
Yeah, but down.
Well, everywhere, 180, like the scope. So, and it goes for 5 or 6 metres or something. So
I
the
thought
ground's only 8 feet away. So they will set it off.
I thought it adjust that.
No, the infrared goes on a full. You see how it's like a concave?
Yeah.
That's 180. And that goes for 15 feet or 16 feet or something. That's plenty. But anyway, we'll test it when the dogs come.
Yeah.
Hello, Scarlett.
Hello.
And I picked up today, I think 26 kilowatt solar. Actually, I got another electricity bill and another credit, Tony. It showed me I exported 720 kilowatt, and obviously I used whatever I needed to use in the house before that was exported, and we used of theirs 300 kilowatt. So I think our credit used to be 280, now it's 240. So without that, it would have been $40 bill for 2 months. So I don't really need a battery yet when you think about those sort of figures until the subsidy kicks in WA. So without the solar, I think it would have been 140, 150. We still don't use a lot anyway, you know what I mean? It's the efficiency of the appliances that we've learnt over the years that does that. I mean, there's two things in any one house that use all the electricity. It's the fridge and freezer, and usually the telly, if someone's got it on 20. Yeah, no. Well, that's the thing that I'm missing. If there's a power failure, I lose power. Whereas with a battery, you don't.
That doesn't happen often to us though, because we've got underground power.
But I've worked out over those 2 months, and we use 300 of the grid. That's 150 kilowatts per month. If I had a 5 kilowatt battery, I wouldn't pay anything, you know what I mean? So I'd be, because at night time, you don't use much. Yeah, you do, I know. When we lived in New South Wales, it was the bloody same. There goes the power. And for some reason in our suburb, all our electricity is underground. So we can have all the suburbs go out around us and we're still on.
Yeah.
That happens 9 times out of 10. The storm was the last time we lost power.
That was a storm combination truck
Yeah.
hitting the power.
But with Tony, your full capacity is that 12 or 13 kilowatt in storage, I think it is. Trying to remember what you told me. I think it's 12 point something of usable energy. You'd never use that in a power outage, obviously. 13.5, yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, that's our daily usage. Do you know what I mean? We average, well, if we use 300, no, because we had the heater going, didn't we? A lot
When?
in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So we're talking, we use about 14 to 15 kilowatt a day. So your battery would supply me with all my power. Hello, Jojo. I was leaving a phone and at 4:30 and 45 minutes ago I had a 5.0 earthquake. And then I realised it was just a bowel movement. Yeah, the big one's not come to California since, when was it, 1916? San Francisco. We get earthquakes in Australia every day, but they're not big. Meckering down in WA was the biggest in my lifetime, and that was 6.2. It did actually, a lot of old stone buildings, they collapsed. And then we've had a few over East Newcastle, quite a few, but not monsters, not monster earthquakes. We had, when the 2004 tsunami hit Indonesia and the rest of the world. That was a big one. That in my old town, they had about a 5 foot tsunami wave, which is not big, but it actually flooded some of the main street and all that sort of thing. But yeah, so that's the only tsunami I remember. But that was a bloody big earthquake. I thought I picked up a chick from a bar, but I've not been there in years. Did someone come knock on your door and say, remember me from 13 years ago, Jojo? You said you love me. We had a woman killed by a great white in Maine. Yep. Yep, we get loads of, and very sad, lots of deaths from sharks. In Tasmania, they've had two. You heard about the one where the boy was taken out of the boat by the shark. 5-year-old boy was taken out. He had a life vest on, which saved him. He just got a couple of lacerations. He was very lucky. And his dad jumped in and got him back in the boat quickly. But then yesterday, a really big white pointer nearly flipped the boat. They actually were filming and they saw the tail come up, and that was a white pointer as well. But it's pretty common here. We have a lot of sharks. And I've always said, I don't have any sharks come and attack me in my backyard, but when I'm in their backyard, it's a different story. We don't live there, they do. Yeah, sharks go for seals a lot. A lot of sharks hunt in packs as well, and they'll go through schools of fish. Oh dear, Jojo, too early to go that low. Come on, lift your game, son. Actually, we had a guy years ago. He was a marine biologist, but he did a lot of underwater filming and he used to sell his material to documentaries. You know, they would get him commissioned to do stuff. And he came to our town, and a bit of a hoo-ha and a newspaper that he was here. So he goes out to Seal Rock, there's thousands of seals, and he's wearing a black wetsuit. And he got the scare of his life because 2 or 3 white pointers sort of said, oh look, lunch. They didn't bite him, but he made the fastest retreat you can ever imagine and left town. He said there's a lot of sharks here. So I don't know what sort of footage you got to sell out of that, but when you've got seals, you've got a lunch. Sharks like to chomp on them. I've dived with them, and for me, I used to do a lot of diving off reefs. There's always white tip, black tip, the odd big shark, but they're like dogs, they're just curious. Yeah, 700 contracted the virus. See, it's weird. I'm in WA and no one's got it. South Australia's got nothing, Northern Territory nothing, Queensland bugger all, Victoria, heaps. Did you hear about those 2 or 3 women that went from Melbourne to Queensland? 3 there were, apparently.
Oh, good.
And they were just knobheads. They went up there, they both have COVID-19. So, but the bad news for them is that there's a $15,000 to $18,000 fine and 5 years imprisonment.
Well, it's gone up because originally it was 4 they'd fined them.
Oh, it's between 13 and 15 or something like that. And good. I don't believe that for 1 second, Scarlett. Because it's not being approved by all of the scientists around the world because of the drawbacks it's had. Hasn't, with the testing, proved anything. There was a doctor that came out, a Nigerian doctor, with about 10 people surrounding her, saying how hydroxychloroquine was fantastic and it saved all her patients. But she also went on to say that she knows about the aliens who brought it here. Right. Yeah, probably longer than that. A bit like quinine. That was in the late 30s, if you remember what quinine is. But yeah, this so-called reputable Nigerian doctor who made a media statement and all the videos of her disappeared, went on to say that, the aliens, they brought it here. Okay, have another Fruit Loop. Have two. No, doctors around the world are not saying that that drug should be used at all. There are parts of it that help people. No one's denying that, but in certain age group with afflicting medical conditions, it's very dangerous. And most of the people, unfortunately, that are in that area are the ones that die. So no, it's not approved by doctors to be used. Though doctors, I imagine, are using it in certain patients. Oh yeah, no, well, she did. Went on to say that the virus is brought here by aliens. We know about the aliens, she said. Yes, they're everywhere. Mark me. Whoever they are not creditable because the scientists around the world say do not use it. We're very close, I think, in several countries to at least good treatments, if not possibly vaccines. Oxford's got a great result so far. Other countries are coming up with some as well. But this thing's not going anywhere because there are many variants of the one virus now. Doesn't mean one drug will work. Look, it may be each country has their own type of vaccine because it may not work in other countries. Yeah, England's done the forefront on this. They're well into their trials. And the beauty about the one that they're doing, it does two things. It does put proteins on the virus, so it does kill them, but it also induces T cell, which is brilliant because they're the ones that do the end up fighting for most. There are 6 varieties of this virus that scientists know, Scarlett. 6 variants. Yeah, that's what I read. It's a heart attack. They've had people that they gave that drug to that had brain seizures. So it's not safe to use. That's why they're not using it. But very, very close, I think, probably by the start of next year, I think we'll hear some success stories in certain countries. But I do believe that some of the variants of the virus may be in one country, but not in another, or there may be several of the viruses in one country. So it's all hit or miss. You know, I'm just wondering, you know, if they put as much effort into this as they did into, put it into HIV, because that isn't going anywhere. That's probably the greatest example to people. Actually, the irony about HIV, the treatments that are available for HIV now, you won't die for a very long time. Unfortunately, there's nothing like that for COVID-19. We had a spike in Victoria today, Scarlett. 700 people contracted the virus because a lot of stupid young people have just not done the right thing. We've had people who've contracted the virus and then they've continued to go to work. What happens? Oh, a dozen blokes at work get the virus. Yeah. So terrible. Like I say, there will be an outcome in the end. But I think a true vaccine is probably still years away. I'll be honest with you. I see them having success in quelling maybe deaths, but there are a lot of side effects to this virus that no one really knows. I mean, a virus doesn't just affect the lungs in any case. It affects all the cells in the body. So there are problems with people's kidneys, livers, hearts, brains. So the ongoing issue is a true vaccine that can stop you getting the virus instead of preventing it and then having to have more doses and more doses is probably years away in the truth. But I don't think the aliens gave it to us. We had a talk about 3 or 4 weeks ago, you and I, about the virus in the US. I'm not having a go at you, but I did tell you there would be a lag. You were saying, yeah, there might be lots of cases, but there's very little deaths. And that's come true, sadly. I read something like 1,400 people died the other day in the US. That's a lag. In other words, yep, they got infected 2 or 3 weeks ago. And that's terrible. It's a numbers game. I've always said that. It's a mathematical equation. More infection, more death. I mean, it's now gone past. Statistics are what they are. In the US, when they entered World War One, sadly they lost a lot of lives, but they didn't lose 150,000 people for the entire World War One. Those sort of things are very poignant for me. It's like, wow, when you take these things into context. And the US hasn't had a second wave. It's the same bloody wave. Yes, that's funny. It's very funny, Jojo. You put it in that context. And I do hope that people can still laugh, even though in the face of adversity. It's not laughable, but if you can make light of situations, it helps people. It really does. I'm trying to jig my memory. I think in Vietnam, the US lost 69,000. Someone here will know. It's about 69,000 in all of the Vietnam War. Well, you're taking vitamin D and zinc for precaution. Okay.
I take vitamin C and echinacea.
Yeah. I mean, zinc's got lots of properties, but the body will only take, it's like when people take multivitamins, and I'm not making this up, scientific proof, through urine samples and testing over many months. If you take a multivitamin, your body will use what it wants to use and it'll throw the rest out. And by having urine samples done, it can guide you into what multivitamin you should be going for. So if it's too much of something, your body just gets rid of it. The body is very clever. It's a unique machine. So you'll often see people take a certain vitamin and then they'll say, oh, geez, my wee's very yellow. Mainly because your body's saying, nah, I don't need that. You need to get rid of that stuff. That's how it works. You can't force the body to keep what you put into it. Yeah, that's probably true. Expensive urine. But I'm sure vitamins, and we take some, in very, very moderation. You know, I've got one that we both take. It says take 2-3 times a day. I just take 2.
Once a day.
Once a day.
And I do echinacea.
Yeah. And you have that probiotic.
I've always done that, yeah.
But the body only takes what it needs. It's like nutrition. The body will show you if you're deficient. You'll have flaky skin. You'll be having night sweats, and then you'll get a test and say, yeah, very low in iron and zinc and all these other things, and maybe you should take a supplement. And then they come good because the body doesn't have it. Vegetarians don't get vitamin B12. You can't source it. Find out, and vegetarians are smart. They just take a tablet of B12 every day or every couple of days.
Can't beat the sun's vitamins.
Think about any virus. I'm talking any virus. is we have no idea of the impact and what will prevent it. Hello, Buttercup.
Hello.
Oh, we didn't send you anything. I don't know what you're talking about. We sent a box to your dog. Oh, you didn't get any. That'd be right. Oh, you like the Chiquito? I thought you might.
My, I'm watching something. I'm not in the room, but hello everybody. The Chiquitos are my favourite, my childhood favourite, and the Chiquito and the Chicos.
My fridge is full of beer and Viagra. The beer's nearly out.
I think I have to buy myself some more Chiquitos.
Yeah, in English money, they generally sell for about 50p, so they're pretty good value for what you get.
What's that?
The Chiquito, it's about $1, isn't it?
On special.
Yeah, but that's
Only-
when you buy it.
I only buy it when it's on special, because otherwise it's $2. What's the pound less than ours, is it?
You just basically say a pound's worth $2, roughly. It varies up and down. See, somebody once asked us, saying, "Oh, you're monetized." I said, "Yep, for my videos. I don't ask for any money." And they said, "Well, what do you do with the money?" I said, "Well, if you typed in my name, you might see that we give little treats to people we like all over the world over many years. That's where all that. I mean, my last payment was $139, but I am not an international celebrity at all. I've just got a lot of good old videos like meditation that I did that pay a few dollars, and that's where it goes." Which makes the world go round.
Well, Betty's got enough coffee to last for the rest of her life, because she's not a big coffee drinker.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to tell her how to make the coffee.
Yeah.
My Moccona is, I just have one heap teaspoon with a little bit of milk down the bottom and fill it up with hot water.
Yeah, the video.
Oh, we just like doing it, Scarlett. It's like, it's not super important. Yeah, I thought you might like that. They're now out of circulation.
Yes, we got them just in time actually.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a mismatch. You know, when you think about it, a lot of the stuff we have here you can get overseas, or you can get through Amazon nowadays.
I do know one thing fundamental though, that chocolates in all different countries taste different.
They do.
So like there's just a difference. Like a Mars bar here tastes different than a Mars bar back in the UK. When I was a kid, I used to get
Kit
what
Kat
I used to
tastes
get.
different too.
I used to get 2 and 6 if I did some work, like shoveling coal. And with my 2 and 6, I buy a Beano, which was threepence.
Now what?
Beano, which is Buttercup might remember Beano, just funny cartoon paper magazine.
Oh, magazine.
A Mars bar
It's
for
chocolate.
another threepence, and just little treats along the way. Chocky jelly beans. Oh, I don't
Oh,
think.
the
No,
Chicos.
no, they're not chocky jelly beans.
No,
Maybe
they're-
in the UK when that box landed, rats got in there. You better be careful there.
mine are my daughter's favourite too.
I'd say to those that were interested, though I'm not going to do it, come the month of September, buying gold might be a good idea. You've had a bit of a prelude
You reckon?
in the last couple of weeks, yeah.
but just a little bit because you're more a silver man.
Yeah, silver. I like silver. It's far more movable.
Yeah, our Kit Kat tastes different to the UK Kit Kat. Flavors, oh my gosh, we get the caramel, we get the triple choc, we get the salted caramel. I don't know, there's something like 10 varieties of Kit Kat.
The uncertainty the world is going into for the next 12 months, and I believe starting in September, I think you'll see 30 to 40% increase in gold, not silver. Silver will jump a little bit, but gold, because everyone will turn to it. Is it a long-term thing? No. People will come out of gold and go into other things. The currencies will be very weak.
But whatever you have, just keep it aside for a while. I can't wait to go to the museum, I tell you.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out for that. They've spent enough
So
on
November, you reckon?
yeah, they've spent enough on redoing it and got the new.
Oh, it should be good. Maybe we can take some video. I'm not sure. We love going to museums. Yeah, no, I don't think there'll be a lot of food crisis, because one thing that we can all do is produce. And if things got real bad, there would be food armies, believe me. No, I don't think it will, because when a swath of indices show that there is an imminent massive fall coming, gold is the bed rest. But it's only taking your money out of one pot and putting it into another. We've got to be realistic. It's nothing more than that. You're hedging to save money, not lose money. When people think they're going to make money, they make big mistakes. But if you can harbour the thought that if you invested something in gold and it stops you losing your value of your monetary whatever, that's a lot better than losing it. It's like, if anyone asks me, you get an option at the moment, if you've got a retirement fund, to take it out of shares and put it in just two currencies, or cash it's called. You won't lose as much. This is not financial advice, this is just what I think. I've seen it happen before. When you move your money out of shares and into something that is fluid like cash and bonds, there's very little loss that takes place. In Australia, we're a net exporter of 80% of our produce. We have more than enough food. We'd never go without food here.
And we've got some will start up there shortly.
What's that?
Fruit seeds.
Yeah, we've got a whole swag of biodegradable little seed pots. Probably in 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be planting all our spring and summer crops.
You reckon in that early or later?
No, middle August, definitely quite a few of them will be going in. Well, yeah, I wasn't going to mention that, but it is true. The banks love gold because it sits there, and if they have a downturn, they will lose a lot. But if they invested their money into gold, they lose little.
Who wouldn't like a nice big gold nugget?
Gold is just an intrinsic value. It's the base of all the things on the planet. All around the world, gold is a set price on a set day, where currencies are not. Currencies and countries can collapse, but gold does not collapse. Silver's not bad either, don't get me wrong. I prefer silver over gold. But not in an EFT or anything like that. I mean in hard hold in your hand.
Silver.
Yeah, not like a piece of paper saying I own $50,000 worth of silver, because that can disappear depending who the broker is.
Yeah, have it hard in your special box.
it boils down in some countries over the years that's shown you the example. Zimbabwe, where on Friday it's $320.
You keep buffering.
Do I?
Well, mine is.
Oh, that won't be interesting. It'll be devastating, but okay. But food shortage is not one of the issues that I see being a problem. All countries that have been through strife have resorted to land armies at one stage or another, so you can always feed people. Maybe not the variety of food, that may be a true statement, but certainly food in general. Also, the next 12 months, if you have the capital, good time to buy land or property. But I wouldn't buy a property as a rental because a lot of people look. This is what's going to happen. You're going to see this, and remember what I'm saying now because this will be the truth. Come a big crunch, all the kids that are now 30 and 40 years of age will be moving back with mum and dad, or mum or dad. That's what's going to be the first step because the impact is low. If someone, say, a young couple go bankrupt and they've got to give the house up and get out, they're going to head for mum and dad's. Refusing to give Venezuela their gold back. Okay. Yeah, I think it will happen. That's the first impact because it's a soft landing. It may be inconvenient, maybe houses aren't that big, but that's where it will go. And most parents will say, yep, of course, come home.
Lots
But
of boats flying around the front.
looking in the security.
Yeah.
Are you sure they're not orbs? I looked at it the other night and there was movements.
I think there's bugs.
But if you can all treat it as like an almighty hurricane and you're standing in it, just face it, duck, cover where you have to, you'll see through it. Just got to be smart, resilient, resourceful, all those things, and patient. One thing I've noticed during this pandemic is people don't have any patience. And they don't have the art or ability to sit back and really think about it.
Does it always sit there?
Yeah.
Does it have to?
Well, if you're missing out that 1/100th of the screen because of the sign,
Yeah. I'm waiting to see if any little gnomes come and clean up.
oh right, yeah, sure. Maybe they'll finish the steps off for me.
Hey, you did a good job on them.
Well, we did. You helped me.
I did hardly anything.
That's true. You did help.
Okay, you don't have to agree
You
with
did
me.
help. You did help. But there are brighter days in the future. You must remember that.
Let's remember this. A kiss is just a kiss. What was that song from? A sigh is just
A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply. As time goes by, good song that, quite true. It's still the same old story.
Oh, no.
I find for love of glory. I guess I do or die. The fundamental things apply. Yes, time goes by. Thank you very much. South American countries are going through hell at the moment too. You don't see that on any news. You get a little blip every now and then. Brazil's in a terrible way. Venezuela, South America, towns along the west coast like Lima, they're just going through hell. And one government who gives out really no information is our near neighbour, Indonesia. That must be horrifying there. No, you can't press that. That means it's offline.
Where's that one? Which is that one?
Front step. South America has been inundated with this virus, Scarlett. And the thing about countries that are marginal with their economies at best, this destroys them. You're going to lie down and watch some baby cat fall asleep.
Tiny.
Baby cat's coming to town this place. Oh.
We need some therapy.
Yeah. It's like if you take things in context in the world situation. Think about your own countries where we've had the same here, where businesses have not survived. You can do the mathematics on countries that won't economically survive at all. You'll have some countries that you thought were doing okay, just as reliant on the Western world as is Africa and the Sudan, and you name it. I could go on, but so many countries, like if you imagine what I'm saying, like businesses that have not reopened, they've gone, they've collapsed, not through any fault of their own, but they're financially just not viable. Countries will be not viable. So there's a huge legacy here in a lag effect over many, many years and probably decades. Oh, as long as you treat it as comedy, Tony, that's the main thing. But we will, as I said, for many months see the worst in people and the best. And generally, over a long period of time, we get to see the best. "50 years is a long time. I'll be well over 100. I don't think I'm going to need to worry." No, some tobacco. 5 years I'll be looking forward to. Oh no, the Earth's not going to change at all, Scarlett. We've had some amazing facts and statistics in regards to how the planet has cleaned up over a short period of 6 months. The planet will do just fine. People, on the other hand, are far more precarious. Hello, Patty. Hope you're doing well.
Hey Patty, been a while since we've seen you. There you go, I think you know that.
Got a delicious chicken, sweet and sour, crispy chicken tonight. Very filling. Only had one breast cut up between us,
That was more than enough.
and we were chocker full. We ate it all. but I was forcing the last couple down. It's getting cooler, but it is still 16 degrees Celsius. Yep, our winters are tough. What's the temperature, man? 16. Oh, man, that's cold.
It is for me.
I said to Tony earlier, I don't know whether I told you guys, we've got our second power bill, which comes every 2 months since we've had the solar. We had $280 credit on the last bill, and now we've got $245. So over 2 months, we have to pay the power company $35. We did export 700 kilowatt to the company, and they sold us 300, but they sell it like 40 cents a kilowatt. They only give us about 10. So, but that means we're only using bugger all every day. 31, I'd love 31 rejects. I'd take 31 now, but I know for you that might be a bit warm. Not really amazing. It's just you produce energy you don't have to pay for. Like during the day, we don't pay for anything. So the energy we have bought off the company has come at night time. Like today, we use an average of about 13 to 15 kilowatt a day, and we produce 25 kilowatts today. So we didn't pay for any electricity all day, and now we're sucking a little bit back from the company. But at night time we don't use bugger all. Like my lawnmower. I power the battery during the day, so it costs nothing. Whack the battery in my electric lawnmower, free. Hot tomorrow. What's hot, Buttercup? Your hot is a bit different than our perception. 45? That's hot. If it was 45 degrees in the UK tomorrow, I reckon about 1 million people would die. I'd take 90 every day. It's about 31, 32. It's nothing. Beautiful, mate. You're dreaming of snowstorms? Righto, when you get 9 feet of snow on your roof and it collapses, you'll be saying, oh, I'm dreaming of them warm days again. Actually, your transition period's coming up shortly. From summer to, what do you call it, fall. That's when you get some nasty storms in the US. If you don't get hurricanes, of course. High 20s. I swear to you, Buttercup, high 20s, I'm wearing a jumper. It was 25 here today. Wore a jumper all day, working.
It's a winter 25 though, so it's still cooler than a summer 25.
You're in drought, well, we know what that's all about. They do restrictions, I guess. Like we don't. In Australia, you're not allowed to water your lawn, sometimes at all. Years go by, and there's just brown lawns everywhere.
1st of May till I'm not sure when we're allowed to turn the autos.
Oh, I think it's back on
Back on.
November, October, November,
You can
something.
hand water.
Which doesn't take as long. Remind me to whippersnip those edges tomorrow. Charge that bigger battery up.
That's the other brand, yeah? Not the...
Yeah, the other one. You worry about the wells. Yeah. We're very lucky in this country. We have a massive artesian basin. Maybe deep in some plots, maybe lower in others, but we've got plenty of groundwater. Out in the bush, you might have seen some Australian windmills just with the wind blowing them. They can pump up 15, 20,000 litres without much problem. But we got our water bill too. And that was $37 for, I think it's 3 months.
Yes.
So we're very economical with water. Still waiting on them garden picks, Buttercup. Just saying. I showed you mine. Well, Scarlett, get a rainwater tank. In the old days in Australia, when they built a house, the first thing that went underground was a big tank, usually a concrete tank. And all the guttering off the roof used to feed into that tank. There was an overflow pipe, which would go elsewhere, but you could have a massive tank under the house and just the rainwater off your roof. You didn't have to use anything. In the old days, a lot of the times it was buckets, so they treated it a bit like a well. But then the invention of pumps, or hand pumps, made life real easy. $95 a month for water. Our sewer is every 3 months. I think it's $250 every 3 months. Water, probably $15 for us. But we're very frugal. We use water when we need to use it. Like I do go around to our garden and put my finger in the soil and think, nah, that's good, it's still damp.
Actually, we should have water.
Unlimited water. Yeah. I don't like that idea. I like people to be limited so they don't waste it. That's just me. If you've ever lived off only tank water, which I've done in Australia, you conserve water. Anyway, I've got to go to the toilet. I'll leave you in the capable hands of the director, producer,
Yep.
Mystic Angels. She'll probably sing and,
I'll see.
recite poetry.
Yeah, I'll recite poetry. Recite poetry. I don't do poetry. I don't even know any limericks. I don't. I'm actually was watching one of my shows. There's a Buddy from the UK. We get emergency. Yeah, I like poetry. I'm just not good at reading it. My phone buffers. They made 24-hour in emergency in one of the major hospitals in the UK, Buddy. Australia does the same sort of show, but it's just, I don't know. It's not the same as watching that sort of show, like an overseas one. And then I was watching funny videos, like funny dog cat compilations, whatever how you say it. Don't ask me to spell it because I can't. And then tried to watch Doc Martin, but that didn't work. That's it. Compilations. Oh, there's just some words I just can't say. Comp. You have to spell it out for me phonetically or whatever it said spell it. Compilations. My God, I haven't even had a drink in weeks. I can't say it. Oh dear. Stop listening. Buy a vowel. Go away, seeds. No, I don't watch a lot, but there's just sometimes I like watching those 24 hours in emergency. Compilations. It's another one, another word. Compilations. Is there not another word for that word that I can say? I have to Google it. Do you get Doc Martin over there? Do you know that series, Doc Martin? It's quite funny. That's an English show. You probably know it, Butty. Oh, it's not, difficulty is not another word for it. Collection, there they go. Collection. Collection of funny videos, dogs and cats. Yeah, group. It's like the other, what's the other word? The word, seeds, if you're listening. You know that word I can't say? Yes, well, our Netflix has been playing up. We were supposed to get series 7 and 8 here after, I don't know, bloody 5 years of waiting. Yeah, the main actor, he also did some good documentaries, actually. You know when you ring someone up because you're complaining about a company. I'll give you a vowel, seeds. No, not complaint. It's the ombudsman. Oh God, I said it. Oh my God, I need a star, people. Oh dear. Oh, just say clever. So what's everybody going to be doing today? Well, Buddy's in the afternoon. I'll be going to bed shortly. I'm taking one of the granddaughter to school tomorrow. Yeah, I know, I'm pretty proud of myself to be able to say that because I usually can't. You know what's worse? When I have to try and say that damn word on the phone to somebody. The gentleman caller is coming again. Oh. Oh, do your mowing. You and Butty could compare notes with your gentleman callers, I tell ya. Prepping the RV for next week camping trip. Oh, nice. Turn your sound down, seeds. I can hear myself. I think we have to stop talking about seeds. He's coming back, I think. Oh, yeah, Butter, you're pretty slack, man. Send them to Scarlett's. I'll get lunch. Actually, I have a couple of aprons. I like. Nah, I like my chair better. My bum's hooked into mine, even though I don't find it comfortable.
Right.
I have a couple of aprons. I actually like aprons, especially.
With no other clothing on.
Ugh, trust you to say that. Aprons,
It's
especially.
just a thought.
Oh, shut up.
I can think.
Especially if they're like look like the old-fashioned aprons.
You had a psychic session last night and someone told me I would meet someone next year. Well, that's pretty
Huh?
broad.
Hang on.
I'm pretty sure that I will meet someone next year. Don't know who it is, but
Oh, Scarlett, you're making dinner sometimes as well. Well, actually, I told you. I think I said that to you as well months ago. Well, I actually think I said it, give it a couple of years. Yeah, actually, Caesar's given some of our workers lunch too. Over the time the house was getting built, he made them
bacon, egg,
bacon and egg
burgers.
burgers and stuff like that, salad sandwiches.
Yeah. But I never offered to go to bed with them. An electrical engineer, you do realise if you go on their picnic, Buttercup, sparks will fly.
Ha ha. Well, you just got to wait and see, I suppose. You just don't know. Just get a nice apron, you'll be right.
There is always the passage of time, and amongst it, there are things that will always surprise you.
Oh, would you?
99.85 a minute, okay. That seems a tad expensive, Brujix. What do you normally charge your friends? If that's your going rate, surely you could drop it down to 9. This will be the call. Hello, Buttercup. No, my name is not Rujix. Online it is Dusty. That's right?
He did write 985. He didn't put 9985.
No, I said 9.85. What can I do for you today, Buttercup? Do you like my French accent?
Why does he have to be French?
Oh, isn't French sexy? Hello.
That reminds me, I haven't heard from what's his name in a long time.
Dusty Roads. Sounds appropriate. I will show you a good time. At $9.85 a minute, it will be a short time, but a good time anyhow. That's true. Hello, Nicolescu.
Hello, Nicole.
Should change your name, Nicholas, to Wild Mank.
No.
Has a lot of impact there. Who's the Wild Mank? Formerly known, artist known as Nicolescu.
Hang on, go wait. What's cooking today, Nicole? What's happening in the kitchen?
Good, I'm wearing shorts and it's the middle of winter and it's 17 degrees at night. It's cold, but I can still wear shorts. As long as you've got a jumper on, I'm good. Butter chicken yesterday, just having soup. Nice.
Oh, that's our grandson's favourite buttered chicken.
Yeah,
He'd eat that every day if we let him.
he would. I
Yes.
made crispy chicken, sweet and sour. It was yum.
And I made a banana.
Yeah, with that much difficulty.
I know.
Wasn't even a compilation, it was just one banana.
I make a wicked piece of toast.
Chicken's good to go. It's a go-to chicken. When I was a kid, chicken was so scarce, you'd rarely hear a bock.
Okay, let me check. Oh yeah, it looks good.
What is it?
Butter chicken.
Oh, yeah. My old eyes could only see the orange.
My mum used to love that too.
It's like, I remember seeing a bloke, he come, when I was a prison officer, he'd come to work with these containers. And I said, you getting them delivered home? He said, no, I make them myself. And, and they were so small. And I
What
said,
was?
the portion in his container, like might be a tiny bit of rice and a bit of like butter
Oh,
chicken.
his food. Yeah, yeah.
And I said, looks great. He said, yeah, no, I go to a lot of effort. I said, but it's not very big. He said, no, the guy told me I can only have so many calories. He used to spend hours working out the exact, is it 1,100 calories or 14? Oh, I've got to take the butter out.
Yeah,
I can't
but
put that in. It was like, and he never lost any weight. And you'd have to suggest that he ate those meals during the day and then snack like hell at night time. I'm thinking, yeah, it's a very small portion during the day. You must live in the fridge when you get home. But we honestly didn't eat anything until tonight.
Yeah.
We really only eat when we're hungry.
Yeah, but usually I do make toast in the morning, but I haven't lately.
No, I haven't had any toast for ages.
I haven't made it in a while.
Maybe get a cookbook, show you how to do it.
Oh, shut up.
I eat when food. Yeah, I think it's just habits we have. Yeah, one meal a day is us making Hawaiian chicken, which is obviously pineapple.
Yeah, we're going to ask what's in your Hawaiian chicken.
Because you're going to wrap ham or parma ham around a chicken breast and saute it under the grill so it's crispy but delicious.
Well, says he's going to make apricot chicken one day, but he'll be making it when others come to eat it because I don't eat it.
I think it's quite nice, but I never cook it because you don't like it.
I used to love it, but I think I just OD'd on it. It's not that I
Maybe I
won't.
should just do one and make a apricot sauce instead of floating it in the apricot nectar.
Yeah, it's not that I won't eat it, it's just not one of my favourite things anymore.
She's waiting for the lion man.
To give him lunch.
Hello, lion man.
No,
Yeah.
Scarlett's waiting for, the lawn mowing man.
Lawn mowing man.
Yeah.
Giving your lawn a Brazilian, are we? Just a short back and sides. How's she going these days, Nicole? Is she stabilised, like not getting worse? Mind you, the national health system's been under a lot of pressure. I bet she's probably skipped a few doctor's visits. Yeah. I was reading that in the UK, how elective surgery was out the window for so long, and also people just weren't going to ERs because they're too frightened of the bloody virus. Missing appointments, chemotherapy, heart conditions, just too frightened to go because it's okay having a heart condition, but if you die of the virus, well, you don't have to worry about your heart condition.
Can't remember the last time we went to the doctors.
No, I can't remember.
Oh, that's good, Nicole.
Yep, everyone should take care of their mum, if you can.
Yeah, it's like we help the kids. I do what I can now because one day I might not be able to, so...
The kids will turn around when you get old and infirm and say, chuck her out of those right. Get rid of her. Liquidate the acids.
They
Let the
won't do that.
Milo, that's the name of Nicoleska's dog. Milo is Spanish for furry animal.
You just made that up.
I got into food because I started cooking for everyone when she got sick. Then it turned into a passion. I'm starting college in September. There's, I've never been a fan of chefs. I like watching people who cook, and there's flavour involved. Chefs, arty-farty, can show you techniques. I'm not
Yes,
disagreeing.
that's right.
But you can learn techniques over many, many years anyway. But I would sit I'd watch people cook on YouTube all the time. I'm fascinated with there's an old Scottish lady I'm watching
Yeah, I was
lately.
going to say, what's her name?
What's for Tea, I think it's called, the channel.
She's quite good to watch, Nicole.
I'm just going to cook a
But
wee burger. She's very
Betty might,
very simple, and she shows all the ingredients, unlike me. She shows the recipe, unlike me.
Yeah, and
But
she's
she
good.
does cook just like me.
Every time I hear her, I think of Butty, actually.
Yep. Secret in life is to do what Buttercup just said, is trying to do things that please you. We all have to do things that we don't want to do. But if you can get the majority of your life down a line where you're doing what makes you
Ah.
feel good.
You watch that too, Butty. She's good
What's
to
for
listen
tea
to.
as well?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for turning up again. She reminds me a little bit of Robin Williamson as Mrs. Doubtfire. But she can cook. See, this is you obviously watch it then, Buttercup, you can understand. She's just a cook. Just earthy, simple, good produce, and a technique that is just learned over many years. It works.
Yeah. I'll have to go to bed soon because I've got, at this stage, taking my wallet to school in the morning.
Oh, you got a huge day tomorrow. You should be in bed by now.
Oh, shut up.
I mean, you got to walk 100 metres
I know.
and back. Sent you something, Em. Sounds like dun 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 dun. Em, meet me in your office.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Bond.
Oh, I used to have German Shepherds.
Hello, puppy dog.
Look at those eyes. They're just like,
So whose dog's that one?
I just need a cuddle. I just
That's
wanna,
not your dog, Nicole. Are you seeing other dogs now?
I just want a cuddle.
Well, I've been saying we should get some animals. You're going, nah, not
We
yet.
will, but I'm just...
It is Milo. Is that Milo?
Yes.
No. Looks different. Maybe it's age. Maybe the owl's gone out of his sensation.
Sometimes in your videos, Nicole, have I seen or heard a cat?
No, that would be Nicole farting.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, it's a Persian. It wasn't me farting. No. No, not at all. I was...
Milo's good with them? Really?
That's enough for one. So. He only eats one a week. Be right back door. Mm. Yes.
Butty,
I'm
take
here to
us
fix your
with
shower
you.
head, apparently, Miss Buttercup.
Buttercup,
Yes.
take us with you.
She takes me into the bathroom, takes all her clothes off and says, can you see the leak in the shower head? Bad girl. Bad girl, bad girl. What you gonna do? Yeah, Nicole, if you go and watch that channel that we've just been referencing, it's called What's for Tea. It's a Scottish lady.
Yeah, she is fun to
If
watch.
you want to do cooking videos, it's so simple. She shows all the ingredients, explains the ingredients, cooks. She's never on camera, though I think she's got videos where you see her. But it's all to do with the food. It's tasty, it's simple, and very explanatory, like I don't do. don't know how many times over the years people say, "Oh, I love what you're cooking. Can you give me a recipe?" I go, "No, just a bit of this, a bit of that." Hello, Danny.
Hey, Fanny.
One last text, Mr. Bond. When some of the old Bond movies are really corny. Really corny.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, that's a good photo.
That's
Thanks so much for the goodies. Did
that
you get Timber
face.
Taylor?
Huh?
She got the goodies. Goodies.
I've got that face, Nicole. It's just like, give me a cuddle. Oh, you and Fanny's little dog. I
Yeah.
have a bone to pick with you, Fanny. Do you know that saying in Australia? Fanny, we have not had a Charlie video in a while.
Oh, that's true. Gloves don't fit your husband. They're much too big, I imagine. He's got no excuses now, though. He can go and buy a size that fits himself. Get in that kitchen, boy. Clean them dishes. All right, have a good one. We'll see you like a rissole around later. Now, have you made a coffee, Danny?
I was going to do a video and show how we make ours.
Because mine is the Moccona, and the instant one is Mr. Gangel's.
Yes.
Boston Terrier on my channel. His name was Bear. Is he no longer with you, Scarlett? I'm at work on a break. Well, with the Moccona, just a heaped teaspoon, a normal, not a huge cup, a normal sized cup, with milk in there. Boil the water, stir it up. You might be surprised. Yeah, I lost our little puppy dog. She was 10. It was very sad. That was in 2010. We haven't had another pet since.
Oh, we've had cats that.
Oh, cats that found us.
Yeah.
Yes, and
No, I have to have a
people
look,
sometimes say animals are not as important as people. That's not true. In some people's lives, animals are everything.
Has Danny?
So how do you say that name of those biscuits again, Danny?
Oh, Danny. Okay. Arnott's. Can you hear me?
Arnott's. I'm having an Arnott. Why not have an
Got
Arnott?
all over.
Yep, it's very sad when people lose animals.
The blanket sucker. Yes, you pronounce it Arnott's.
Did you take
I
any of
think
them
it's
little
in the
kangaroo
toilet
snacks
today.
to work, Danny? Did you show them the little bouncing kangaroos? It's Arnott's as an E in its pronunciation, so not Arnott.
Arnott's. See,
Arnott's.
yeah, it's the way we pronounce it. People say it the way it's spelled Arnott, but we say Arnott's. I suppose that's because it's the Aussie slang way. I don't
Yeah,
know.
mate. That's right. Yeah, Struth.
It's like,
Warriors.
and the Milo is a chocolate drink.
You've got to
Danny,
put 3 or 4 heaped teaspoons in a cup,
in a cold glass of milk.
in a cold glass of milk. Stir it around. There'll be all frothy stuff, and your kids will love it.
You've got to have at least 3 to 4 heaped. I mean heaped. I'd go 5 teaspoons. Stir it enough to change the colour of the milk, so you still got the stuff on top to eat.
Mind you, it's nice hot as well. 3 or 4 teaspoons in a cup of Milo, hot water, followed by milk. It's a chocolate type drink. That's actually good for you.
Well, as long as you don't have. It's like when we buy a tin of Milo, it says, for example, say 10 drinks.
Welcome
Well,
back, Buttercup.
And it only makes 5 when we do it. Oh, have to give it a star. 5 teaspoons. 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 5 teaspoons.
Sort of chalk malt-ish, Scarlett. It's a bit different. It's not like Ovaltine or...
No, it tastes different.
It's certainly different. Yeah, I don't mind a cup of Horlicks every now and then. You're not real keen on Horlicks,
No,
are you?
I'm not keen on Horlicks.
Sort
Mum
of
used to
creamy,
love it.
nice tasting on a cold night. But I did make a Vegemite and cheese sandwich the other night.
Yeah, you did quite good at the editing, actually. I'm impressed.
I took about 20 minutes to do it. Done. Milo is tasty in the Horlocks. Yeah, they're different. That's the best way I can describe it. If you have to have almond milk, have it. But
Oh, yeah, yeah.
do you have full cream milk or do you have that half and half?
Oh, well, we'll get you one,
2%.
Scarlett.
A cow does not produce 2%. A cow does not produce half and half. Leave it in its God form of just plain creamy milk.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Whatever milk that you drink, it'll be fine. It's just going to taste different than using full cream milk, but it doesn't matter.
I drink almond milk. Why? Because
Because-
I'm Superwoman and I need my almonds.
Because she sits there and milks the almonds.
I've only ever used real milk. On the occasion, you had it the other day when you went to the hospital with your daughter.
Actually, I've got to say,
And they had
yeah,
high-low
but it wasn't.
crap.
Well, yeah, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't a bad brand. Like,
No, unless it's real milk, I don't want it.
well, mind you, I'd been there for how many hours?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So you were
so-
hanging out for a cup or so.
I actually had.
But you did
two-
come straight home and make one.
I did. That was when I was in the hospital when I was having the baby.
So like that little cup over there you sent us, Buttercup.
The butter's
One
still
heaped
there?
teaspoon
Yeah.
of Moccona. I don't have sugar. And
Not
milk.
heaped. Don't tell her heaped.
I put heaps.
Well, I've made it for you heaped, and you said that's too strong.
Yeah, but your heap is probably a tablespoon.
Okay, we're going to do a video tomorrow. We're going to make our coffees.
Right. No, you make them. You're the professional. You make toast and coffee. You've got certificates to prove it.
Oh, shut up. All right, Fanny.
All right. Have a good one. Be safe.
Yes, that's right, Buddy. We will do videos tomorrow. We'll line up the coffees for Milo.
Actually, those little Moccona containers make good storage too, Buttercup. I'm pretty sure you figured that out by now. You probably got the same thing there, but I use them for spices and herbs and all sorts of things.
But I think from memory, when I tried a Milo in the UK, it did not taste the same as
No,
ours.
it didn't. No, it didn't.
You're gonna, all right, it was different. Like,
Well, Buttercup can find that out. Get some
Yes.
local Milo over there and show the one we sent. Did your daughter get a chance to try any of the chocolates? Buttercup, were they mysteriously gone by the time she got home?
I'm sure you.
Mother, did you get any chocolates from Australia? No,
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 I'm
no,
sure it was
no
you.
chocolate, dear.
Actually, I meant to put 2 in of the chicken and I forgot.
If, like I say, if you
Thinly.
Yep, if you
Yes.
really want to get the value out of Vegemite, trying it for the first time, do you know what a Sayo cracker looks like? You know, those sort of bubbly crackers.
It's still the best.
Bit of butter
toast.
on there, a little bit of Vegemite and a bit of cheese.
Oh, it's yum with cheese, and it's still best on toast.
Yeah. it's a requirement coming from Australia. If you don't have Vegemite, they just turn you around at the airport.
And
Beat you out.
send the little sachets because then you can let your friends, you can give them to your friends and let them try it too. So I said to Danny.
Yeah, Buttercup's case is all the men in uniform. Not quite the whole bag. That would be the violet crumble. That's a snappy sort of honeycomb thing. Breaks off in your mouth.
Yeah. See, we get crunchy, which is similar, and then you get the violet crumble. The violet crumble is Australian. It's crunchy.
Crunchy's American originally, I think.
Well, yeah, I personally
Cadbury.
prefer, if I eat any, is the crunchy.
So we were thinking of sending over to both of you bars of chocolate, like big bars, but we figured summer, probably not a good idea. So
Actually,
we sent the
the
little
lady
ones.
at the post office, she regularly goes to England and regularly sends parcels.
Yeah.
And she's, oh God bless her, she's saying, now this time of the year, you're best to send this sort of stuff because if you blah, blah,
She
blah.
knows.
She was very helpful,
Mm.
yeah. She's got a son over there or something.
Yeah, family, she was saying.
It was a bit of a mix match actually what I put in the parcels when I think about it.
Yeah, don't mention the Chiquita. What's this wrapper? I think it's some sort of plumbing thing that was in there. Chiquito, mother.
I
What's
actually
Chiquito
was-
mean in plumbing
I actually
language?
meant to put two and that was my mistake.
I was only going to have a wee nibble and save some, but I couldn't help myself.
I ain't got no more.
A little bit, doing some?
Oh, that's a bit noisy tonight. What is it?
It's a train, it's the ghost train.
The ghost train.
All aboard.
No, it's not because I actually think that you Bucky get a lot of stuff that we have anyway. Oh, thanks.
We try to keep it sort of Australian to a certain extent,
Yeah.
which is the reason for sending it, so you get a little bit of
And
the country.
I sort of knew what Danny didn't know or have over there, but things like a lot of spices and herbs and things, because we were looking at those.
Yeah, if I'd have sent you any, no, eyes down for Full House. Number 15. Alex 11. Full House.
Old gringo egg. That's a good greeting. I shall give you a star for that greeting.
Hello, old gringo.
But what I was disappointed about, I only got 2 notifications. The first with Butter saying it was ready to go to the UK.
Yeah.
And then nothing until you actually received the parcel. But with Danny, I had 4 or 5 notifications of where the parcel was at each time.
Oh, well.
Because what was worrying us was the fact of...
That's why we hid it. In the Australian purse. You know that purse is made out of a ball sack of a kangaroo, buddy? No, I'm just kidding. It's a good idea, though.
No, it's not.
Actually, did you have to sign for it?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
I imagine you either got a card to pick it up or you did sign for it because we wanted to make sure you got it. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
see, that's sort of what worried me about it because same here.
I wasn't
It's
worried.
like-
She'd get a card if she didn't get the box.
It's like I posted it and then that was it.
Oh, you didn't sign for it. So in Australia, if you pay for a signature to be signed, they cannot drop it off unless
They're
it's signed.
signed, yeah.
You'll just get left a card saying, well, you weren't home, you have to come pick the bugger up. And still sign for it when you get there. Oh well. It's only going to Wales, don't worry about it, just throw it on the porch. It'll be good.
So you at work, old gringo? Ah, yeah, could be, Buddy, that's true.
Could be, yeah. Yeah, I think it's not going to get much better soon, unfortunately. I was looking at the statistics in Australia, and we've done real well with this virus. Probably 4 to 5% of businesses, even in our state, have gone under. A lot of businesses work on very tight margins, and some just didn't recover after the lockdown. In other countries, where they're opening and closing and opening and closing, it must be a nightmare. Well, we don't have any problems in my state at all. Sweden, yeah, the record's not good for Sweden. Yeah, the thing about Southeast Asian countries is that reporting is not on a high agenda, nor is testing. Canada's doing pretty well, I think. Well, statistically, the UK's not done that well. I'm not sure about Ireland. I think each country is going through this process of trying to reopen economies desperately to keep their economies afloat at the expense of health. And you can't argue for or against any of that. It's up to each and individual country to do what they think is the right thing. But in some places it's not worked. You know, when you told me a couple of weeks ago that the UK was opening up to 120 countries, I just shuddered. In parts of Spain at the moment, they're having major, everywhere. Everyone's having all these spikes, Germany, and it's like, probably too early.
Oh, that's right. Scarlett was away doing stuff, wasn't she? Like listening. She was
AFK.
doing chores.
Oh, taking Irish lessons. There's lots of people that have been resourceful during this time in regards to work from home or diversifying their businesses to keep a cash flow coming but minimising contact.
So full on Irish, like you're talking, is that Gaelic? I don't know, Wales.
Well,
Gaelic.
it depends in Ireland where you're talking. Because in some parts of Ireland it's totally different, lad. It's unbelievable.
I love
Shite.
I love listening to it when they talk like that. Remember the boys? Because they're from Cardiff.
Gwaligi. Oh, you're talking Gaelic,
Yeah.
which is, well, it's in Scotland. Buttercup could probably tell you. There's still Gaelic spoken in Scotland. Wales, Ireland. We stood outside the train station with the longest name
In the world.
in Wales.
Yeah,
No, it's now the second, apparently.
Is it? Oh, New Zealand's got one. Is it longer? It's on one of your videos anyway, on mine.
Yeah, and I put it on one of the videos. I can't remember.
Oh, I was going to go play a game.
Yes,
before
I
go
think
to
we're
bed.
just about to toodle off, even though old Gringo's just got here. Apologies for that.
Oh, he's got an Eddie's cold pizza and beer, or
The
I
Go-Go Town. The history of Wales, Ireland and Scotland, the diversity of that many different kings and kingdoms, it's staggering. If you look into the history, I think Wales had at one time 1,100 kings, or noblemen if you like, fighting each other on frequent occasions. And Wales is not that big. But we will do that. We shall return one day. We shall return.
good night. Good night. Good night. Well,
Enjoy your day if you're just
time
starting it.
to go.
No more Chiquitos, Buttercup. All gone.
No, it's like I should have sounded.
Got millions here though, everywhere. Most epic battle written or recorded in history was Tanbo, the cattle raid of Cooley. There's some very strange stories in Ireland in particular. But have a great day. Make the best of it. Enjoy it. Stretch your arms out, yawn, and kick your heels up when you can. Be safe, be smart. I'll see you next time.